Good morning, everybody. Can I at least get some good mornings?
Good morning, brother.
Yes, yes. Yeah, thank you very much.
Morning, brother.
Yes. Good morning, students. Again, this is Brother Sandeep. I am from Karnataka right now in Mangalore. I was in Chennai around 3 years ago. I was coming there to take catechism, and I take this as a privilege because I'm able to interact with people of or catechism students of Adyar. That is a great joy for me. Some of you at least wouldn't enjoy the online classes. However, this is the new normal we have to get in. However, I'm trying to do something that is more interactive and we will try to make it interactive. Will you be helping out by answering some things when I ask you? Just tell me a yes or no. I'll be asking some very simple questions. Basically, they are of your experience. Are you okay with that?
Yes, yes, brother.
Very good, very good. I love the way you respond. Okay, you see my screen. Is it an overview of popular religiosity, a PPT slide? Can you see it?
Yes, brother.
Yes, this is what we are discussing today. Now, you saw the previous picture, this picture. You see, what do you see? What do you see? Keep your mics on, no problem, even if there is a little distraction. What do you see here?
People praying.
Very good, very good. So now, just to brainstorm something, can anybody say what are your opinions or what do you think we are learning in this topic today? With the name so-called popular religiosity or popular religiosity, what do you think we are going to learn? Joseph, you can also use the chat box if you think speaking is not helping.
Accepted all over the world.
Pardon me? Accepted all over the world. Great. Anybody else? Riona, Brina, then
Influences.
yes, that which influences. Correct. Okay, we go further. Now this thing everybody should answer. You see some pictures here. I don't know if they're clearly visible, but I'll ask from who is that? Aaron, can you hear me?
Yes, brother.
Tell me which is the first picture or who is there in the first picture?
Queen Elizabeth.
Great, great. Next, Riona, what is the next picture?
I think it's Maria Beach, brother.
Very good, excellent. I was just wondering because I couldn't settle them well. Good, good. That's correct. Brina, what is the next picture? Do you know this fellow? At least that car?
It's a Tesla car, brother.
Tesla. And the man inside that, do you know?
Elon Musk.
Great. Elon Musk is the Tesla owner or the founder. Very good. Next, Jersia. Jersia, what is the next image you see?
Notebook with Byju's in it.
Yes. So our focus is on Byju's. Good. Then, once again, what do you see the next image?
A still image of people playing the sport jelly.
Yeah, what is it called? Hello?
That bull game.
Yes, yes. Fine. That's a bull game. What we call is Jallikattu. Next, anybody, what is the next image? This one? This picture?
It's Christ the Redeemer.
Yeah, it's the tallest statue of Christ the Redeemer. Great. The next one? What's the next one? Anybody? This picture?
Money.
Okay, what is the last thing? Anybody?
Pongal.
Pongal. Very good. So I just wanted to let you know this is called popular, right? At least in Chennai, we know what is Pongal, we know where is Marina Beach, we know Jallikattu. And with the online wave taken over, we know what is Byju's now. And with electric car era coming in, we know what is Tesla and what is Elon Musk busy with. And money heist is something that even a child would know these days. That's what trending. Finally, the statue of Jesus, the Redeemer. What I'm trying to tell you through this slide is what is popular? What do we mean by popular? As somebody said, which is influential. Okay, all these things are influential because we are influenced by these one or the other way. Maybe entertainment, maybe commercial, maybe a taste, or maybe the atmosphere. Anyway, that's why popular. Next, we go to the meaning of We saw popular, okay, famous, well-known, widespread, trending, renowned, familiar to many. Now, what is religion? Anybody? Without seeing the screen there, can anybody say what is religion?
Devotion to God.
Very good. Devotion to God. Somebody? Okay. I get a message here. Worshipping a supernatural being. Great, great answer. Anybody else? Either you can simply text in
A
there.
belief in someone or something.
Pardon me?
A belief in someone or something.
Very good. A belief in something or someone, right? Anybody else? Come on, others, just speak up. There is nothing called right answers and wrong answers. All that we have is we are speaking, we are listening to each other. Who is?
Tells us how to live, how a man should live, brother.
It's something that teaches how a man should live. Am I correct? What you are saying?
Yes, brother.
Yeah, great. So we have this, and you're absolutely right. And I'm sure that others also would know their own definition for religion. However, it's here. I have got something just to put it in the text. Religion is a devotion to God or goddess and or an organized faith. Someone said to a supernatural being. Okay. Religion also means a relationship between an individual and a God or the individual's faith. Now, this you need not memorize or take it very seriously because you are born into a religion or converted into a religion. Therefore, you know what is religion. I need not say it. It's kind of a social identity too. But as some of you said, it's basically believing in one person, and we call that supernatural being. Very good answers. So then we know very well what are the religions. Okay, Christianity, Hinduism, Islamism, Sikh. So these are a few religions which are quite famous in India. We have Hinduism, Islam. I think this we need not read, but these are the religions. Okay. Now we know the meaning of two words. Which are the two words we have learned just now?
Popular and religion.
Popular and religion. What is the next word we may be searching meaning for? Popular and religion we have found. What is the next word? Theme of the class today? Popular. Religiosity. So religion we know, popular we know. Now what is this religiosity? Is this strong religious feeling or belief, expression of faith. This would be a fitting meaning. Okay, expression of faith through rituals and ceremonies that are considered valid by the church and the faithful. Today when we say popular religiosity, it is considered for all the religions, say Hindu, Muslim, whichever religion. But for our catechism class, we'll consider only Catholic religion and what are the popular practices of expressing the faith. Therefore, take this as an explanation for religiosity. Expression of faith through religious and rituals and ceremonies that are considered valid by the church and the faithful. Remember the important points, because as we go further, we may get into the problem of what is superstitious belief and what is faith. So I'm telling you, popular religiosity means well known, or the whole, as somebody said, globally known. Okay, it's an expression of faith through rituals. Now what are rituals and ceremonies? Can anybody say in your own words what is rituals or what is ceremonies?
Whether it's like practices which are conducted in an organized manner.
Yeah.
And many people follow the same practice.
Very good. You made my work damn easy. Anybody else, Rihanna? You're right. You're right. So now, as somebody said, that which is done by a religion and that is followed throughout time and again. Okay. It has socio-cultural influence, adaptation and inculturation are the highlighting characteristic of religiosity. Now, these are high words, you need not bother. Only what I'm interested is that you know the meaning of the word inculturation. Has anyone heard the word inculturation? Anybody has heard the word inculturation? At least say yes or no.
No, brother.
Very good. Yes. If this is a new word, then it's good. See, inculturation means taking some styles or practices from other religion and making it fitting into our religion. Do you understand me? Taking, for example, I'll give an example. We are in India. Okay. In India, in the church, sometimes during the festivals and something, have you seen a priest is been taken an arati? Have you seen that somewhere? Arati means, at least you know what is arati. That's a Indianized term.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is not a Catholic practice, but since we are in India, we are adapting to the cultural style of the place and adding it into our religion. That is called inculturation. What is the benefit of doing inculturation? For example, offering incense to God. That is something taken from the cultural practices and put, or the car on the feast day, they keep the statue of say Mother Mary and take a procession. That was not exactly there in the religion, but it is borrowed from other cultural practices and put it in religion. What do you think are the benefit of doing inculturation? At least have I cleared myself on what is inculturation? Did you understand inculturation?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So can you tell me what is the benefit maybe of inculturation? What happens if we do inculturation? What is the goodness that we can have when we have inculturation? Can anybody?
Whether the people of that particular place find the rituals easier to follow and understand.
Yes, Riona, you are exactly taking the class. I mean, that's what I wanted to say. That's perfect. See, for example, what is the benefit is today in India, especially the Hindus and counterpart religions, believe in goddesses, or what we call in Indian term devis. So what we have done, we have popularized Mother Mary as an Indian lady. If we see the statues of Mother Mary, they are sari is worn to the statue of Mother Mary. Some ornaments are put on Mother Mary. Not because we are idealizing it or idolizing it, but what we are trying to do is we are trying to adapt to the Indian culture so that people feel ease to come and pray, so that faith of other religion also is built. We build a rapport with the other religions. Today, you know what is happening with fundamentalism and all other things. These are the simple steps which the church said okay. Before Vatican II, it was not that. They said wearing a sari to Mother Mary is something scandalous, or taking Bible on a procession on the road was considered something irrespecting the scripture. But today, to bring harmony, peace, inculturation is something that is adapted so that people feel at ease. Indians don't feel Catholicism is as an Western religion. So that is inculturation. I think we are going way beyond. Our interest is to know what is religiosity, and that is this one, expression of faith through rituals. I'll show you some pictures in the next slide which will help you to know. So do you see here? Do you see the pictures here? Can anybody quickly say what is it? The first picture with the goat. I'll go somewhere to Sharon Ensa. Sharon Ensa or Insa. I'm pronouncing wrong. Yes, Sharon. Can you see what is the first picture? Can be maybe.
Is it like offering goats to God?
Yes, yes. But definitely it's not Catholic picture. It is during Bakri time. You are correct, Sharon. Thank you. Sneha Joseph. Sneha Joseph.
Yes, brother.
Can you tell what is the image below that?
They carry a cross.
Yes. People are carrying the cross, or we can say pilgrims are carrying the cross. This is in the Holy Land or some other places. This is another practice. Good. Steve Jelen, can you see what is their adjacent picture to the goat? Vansika, can you tell me what is the image there?
Indians are praying to the God with and putting some candles.
Yeah. Basically, it is lighting candles to the to God, whichever God is there. We have not shown the full picture. However, lighting candle is one practice. Daniel Roshan, are you hearing me? Okay. Who is this 10A05 Samara? I think that is the classroom login ID. Yes, Samara. Am I saying your name correctly, Samara?
Yes, brother.
Samara, what do you see? The picture down below, just adjacent to the people carrying cross. Do you see something?
Um, yes, that's something they do in the Gurudwara, I think.
Yeah. Somewhere in the basically the Sikh, or they tie threads to the tree. That's the picture. Thank you. Aaron, Andrew, Aaron, can you
Yes,
say
brother.
what is the next image?
That box, brother.
Yeah, box. What can it be? I think the image is small. Do you recollect anything from that image, Aaron?
I think I recollect two.
It's of Muslim holy place. Can at least tell me what is it? Because the picture is small, I suppose.
Mosque.
Yeah, it is their holy land, Mecca or Medina. Like we have Jerusalem, Bethlehem, all this holy land. They have Mecca, Medina. According to their belief, before death, at least once they should visit there. Thank you. The last one is again a picture of ladies praying to God around a tree. Okay, some puja. Now, this is what I wanted to tell you. These are religiosity. This is the style through which people are expressing their faith, and that is officiated or allowed by their particular religion. I don't have much Indian picture, I mean Catholic pictures here. One is lighting the candle, carrying the cross. See, these are a way of expression. When the Muslims offer cut the bakra or the goat, it is their style of saying we love God through this way. Or when we light the candles, this is the way we show our love to God. Or when we carry the cross, this is our expression of loving Jesus. Or maybe the other any other expressions. So this is called religiosity. And now I bring you to the next or the core of the topic. Before that, there are okay. Now I just popular we know, religion we know, religiosity we know. Now, can anybody tell me with this what is popular religiosity? Maybe somebody. Sneha, Joseph, Sharon, Riona. Anybody can tell me what is popular religiosity?
Brother, is it like including the cultural practices of the people of that country in our region, incorporating those practices?
Okay. Yes, you are right. You are right, Riona. Anybody else? Because I just want to know if you are
It's
with me.
something the people
Yeah,
follow, even though it's not formal, it's something the people follow.
yeah. You are really building me the pathway. Riona has given one point of view and continued by Sneha. Jersia Abraham, can you add something?
Yes, brother. It's like a way people show their own tradition into religions or their own way of worshipping God.
Yes, yes. Thank you. I think you have defined it or spelled it correctly. I will tell you what is popular religiosity. That which is popular, which means influenced. A religion is influenced by one practice or one style of expressing the faith worldwide is called popular religiosity, or it is religious practices that is accepted by the church throughout the globe. Like lighting the candle is not mentioned in Bible or it is not there in the canon law, but simple people like you and me light the candle not because it's there in Bible or elsewhere. We do it because we think that is the gesture of expressing my love to God. Or when we carry the cross, we feel that Christ is listening to us. We are partaking in the suffering of Christ. So popular religiosity means expressing our faith in a way, in a style, in a ritual, in a ceremonious way that is acceptable by the church. Two things: our way, as you said, maybe it is fitting only in a religion, I mean a region. Okay, we are Indian, so we practice in such a way that it fits in Indian context, but that should be approved by church. Okay, we just can't do some kind of this. Okay, for example, rosary, is it a practice of expressing faith? Tell yes or no, all
Yes,
of you.
brother.
Yeah, praying rosary is right, it is a good practice. But when the mass is going on, today is a Sunday mass, Eucharistic celebration is going on, and father is raising the host, and during the consecration, can you kneel down and pray rosary during the Eucharist? Do you think it is right?
No,
No, brother.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Yes, thank you, Daniel Roshan, for the response. No, yes. See, it's not just the way, the style you like, you do it, but it should be something that is approved, that is said, the church should say, okay. Otherwise, we may end up doing something that is very wrong. Okay, like we distribute the Holy Communion. You have seen that body of Christ. We distribute it only to Catholics because the church doesn't allow the communion to be given to other religions unless the baptism is taken. So these are some of the constraints you should always remember, because tomorrow don't say brother has said any popular style of worshipping God is popular religiosity. No, that which is acceptable by church should see that as a acceptable practice. Okay, we go to the next slide. There are two things in the popular religiosity. One is official religiosity, one more is popular religiosity. You see the images and get it clear. Holy Eucharist, doctrine, and dogmas. What is dogmas? Can you say dogmas? What is dogmas? Do any one of you know what is dogma or dogmas? Yes or no? Quick. Yes. Very good. Dogmas is something, a truth accepted by the church. You can't question it. It may not sound logical, but you should never question it in public. Can you tell one such truth the church says this is the truth, but logically it is not correct? Still we believe it. Can you tell me at least one thing? Yes, Sneha? Sneha Joseph?
Trinity.
Yes, Trinity. Riona, you wanted to say something?
the body and blood turning into, and the bread
Yeah.
and wine turning into the body and blood.
Excellent, you're superb. Anybody else? Samara, you want to say something? A truth that church says this is truth, but it doesn't sound logical. Anything? Jesse, Abraham, or anybody? If yes, yes. If you don't know, no.
No, brother.
Okay. One of the classical thing is Mother Mary gave birth to Jesus, but without a sexual intercourse. She didn't go in with Joseph, still she conceived Jesus. In today you are all studying 10th standard, I suppose. All are within 10th standard or above that? 11th, 12th, anybody? Anybody from 11th?
I am ninth, brother.
Okay, 9th, 10th. So, yeah, you are within 10th standard, I consider. So, you know, the science says it is impossible to conceive a child without, sexual intercourse. And today we don't question it, because in faith we believe Mother Mary is the mother of Jesus, and we don't go into the intricacies. And if you ask your parish priest how it is, he may explain to you, and it is not wrong. But if you go and write something in the newspaper saying this church is telling lies, or if you say in public where there are other religion, and in the church when father has finished the mass, if you take the mic and announce Mother Mary is not the mother of the church, you will be excommunicated from the church. Okay, now why and what we will not go deeper. When church says this is a dogma, we are to believe in faith that the wheat piece turns into the body of Christ, the grape wine turns into the blood of Jesus. This is what we believe in faith. I and you can't give a logical explanation, but if you do theology, lot of teachings are done. But however, for our understanding, we accept with faith, we don't question. And that is called official religiosity. The Holy Eucharist, the sacraments, you can't say give me anointing of the sick first, then give me confession or anything. The church has given it that way, and that is how we need to practice. Okay, that is called official religiosity. Popular religiosity is also that which church has accepted, but it need not be systematic. Do you understand me? Official religiosity is the way the church has said it, and you should follow the procedure. Whereas popular religiosity is something that it is of a freestyle. It is approved by the church, and it can be practiced in your own way. Now, do all of you pray family prayer at home every day evening, at least 15 minutes, 20 minutes? How many of you pray at home? Yeah, some of you are praying. But I am sure Everybody doesn't have the same format. Like in my home, it is first they recite the angelus, then they come to the rosary, then they have some prayers to some guardian angel, then some other prayers, then they read the scripture, give a short reflection. This is the style my home practices. My aunt's house, it is different. So this is in a different way. Okay, popular religiosity is approved by the church, but it not need not be as formal as the official religiosity is. Like pilgrimage is allowed by the church, but church doesn't say every year you should go to Velankani, or the church doesn't say when there is full moon day you should go to Achari Pakam. No, okay, but you are free to go. That is called a popular religiosity, which the church is approved, but you are not bound to do it in the way it is said. Okay, there is tonsuring, shaving the head. It is not compulsory. If with faith you feel, you shave your head. Okay, that is called popular religiosity. Or even have you seen in your church or somewhere gold or silver pieces of hand, leg, head, heart? Have you seen it somewhere? Has anyone seen? I would have got a picture of that. I don't have one. Have you seen the replica or small metal pieces of a leg or a heart or a hand or head, people offering to Velankani or somewhere? Have you seen anybody? Nobody has seen?
No, brother.
Oh,
Brother,
good,
I
good.
think I've
So,
seen. Brother, I think I've seen that, and I'm pretty sure I've done it.
oh, really? Okay. Thank you, Laurel. Thank you. See, it is basically, for example, if you go to Velankane next time, as a part of a study, you just observe these things. Okay. For example, if my hand is fractured, I go to Velankane and make a vow. Mother Mary, if I get healed within 3 months, my hand becomes all right, and I write the NEET exam and that I get cleared, I will offer you a golden hand. So next year, as a fulfillment of vow, they make a small piece of golden replica of hand, and then they offer. Somebody had to go and open heart surgery. He or she comes and prays to Mother Mary, and if the person is healed, they offer this metallic, okay, either gold, silver, or something like that to Mother Mary. These are called. Please, next time when you go to these places, I know sometimes we are not fully into prayer or something because we are youngsters. Please make a point to observe what are the different things. Ask your parents or make a note of them. As Christians, people will ask you, what is this stupid practice? You should know why it is, what it is. Okay. Next time, please take a time out to observe these things. At least tonsuring, have you seen in Velankani people shave their head? Have you all at least observed that?
I've heard of it, brother.
Yes.
Yeah, heard of it. Even what is your next church? Besant Nagar, is it? The Mother Mary's special feast happens there. Is it Besant Nagar?
Yes, brother.
Yeah. So even there, people shave the head and apply some turmeric or a sandalwood thing like on the paste, like on their head. Okay. All these are popular religiosity practices. Again, I am saying the whole point is expression of my faith, my love to God in the way that is popularly accepted in a region or in a religion. It should be approved by church. Okay. Tonsuring is approved by church. Praying rosary, going for pilgrimage, even tying cradles. If you see in Harihar, there is a place in Karnataka of Mother Mary where people tie wooden or plastic cradles to the tree. Why do you think so? Why do you think they tie the cradles? Anybody? It's a common sense. Laurel, why do you think they tie the dummy?
Those people, those who don't have a child.
Yeah, those who want to get a child. Yes, they are married and they want to get a child, but over the years they are getting disturbed by this. So they believe that if I tie a cradle to the tree, I may get a child soon. So these are different kind of popular religiosity practices. Now we are running out of time, and this is not very much. These are head level things. Don't be worried, okay? The philosophy of popular religiosity. See, from ages together, there was these practices of tonsuring, offering animals, but it was sidelined. But today, in if you know, there are brothers staying in Satyanilayam Sacred Heart College at Tirvanmiyur. There is a seminary where the brothers learn a subject called philosophy for 2 years. In that, this subject is taken as a study. Why people do this? what is the faith aspect when you do the popular religiosity practices. We do some field work, we go for research, we observe temples, mosques and all. That is why it has today it is a subject that is studied in the Catholic religion. So you don't be bothered about that. It's just basically, it means it is a study of why popular religiosity influences the Catholic religion or the religions. You don't worry about this. Meaning and definition, I'll not go because I'm sure, has anybody still not understood what is popular religiosity? Just write Y or N. If you understood what is popular religiosity in your own words, type yes. Otherwise, type N quickly. Those who have understood what is popular religiosity, type Y, letter Y. And the others, if you are not understood, type N. 3. Aaron, Riona, Jessica, Sharon, Brina, Sneha, John, Laurel. Very good. I'm happy because at least it gives me a satisfaction that you have understood. Don't worry if you have not understood the definition or the real meaning. If you understand it in your own words and practice it, that's more than enough. So the last lines in the screen, Paulo Suez is a person who defines popular religion or popular religiosity is normally the religious expression of the poor lay people who live in the margins of the dominant imported culture. Okay, don't again break your head to understand this. It basically means these practices are usually taken up by people who are poor, who are illiterate. Okay, for example, I'm just giving a practical example. There is one lady who has not got child from 4 years after marriage. There is one more lady also who has not got child from 4 years. One is a educated lady, say she has got a master's degree in science. The other lady has just finished her 5th standard. Who will believe in God, do you think? Who will believe in the power of God than power of science? There are two women. The illiterate will lean more towards God. Why? Why do you think the learned lady doesn't believe much in God? It's not always 100% case. Why, Sharon, do you think the learned lady doesn't believe that through prayer you can get a child? Why?
It's because she knows why it hasn't happened.
Yes, she must. I gave a background. She is from science, so she knows what is the procedure of procreation, how biology works. But this lady who is illiterate believes, she knows how to do children, but at the same time she knows if there is blessing of God, miracles can happen. That's why popular religiosity is usually taken up by people who are poor, who are illiterate, and who are desperate. Tell me honestly, when do you think you pray a lot without fail? When do you pray? Quickly, every day you pray, but when is the time you feel I should pray and go? For what maybe?
When there is a need.
When there is a need. What kind of need? Can you spell out one or two needs? Laurel, when may be the most need you feel you have to pray?
Mostly before exams.
Very good, Brina. Yeah, Laurel, what did you want to say?
I want to say the same thing, exam.
Yeah. Exam is the most important, at least for now. But as you go ahead, maybe for a job interview, maybe for good match or whatever it is, that's the time when in great need we go for that. Okay, till then we say, why should we go to Velankani, man? Everything is okay. Mother Mary is here only. We pray. But if there is some danger situation happening in your home, you even take to a trip to Velankani thinking Mother Mary may listen me more there. Okay, that's why popular religiosity is considered to be something of the poor people more than rich. Now, nature of popular religiosity. What is the scope or why popular religiosity is quite famous? Because it is not structured in the way official religion is. I gave you a example. See, way of the cross is said that is a practice by the church during the Lent, but it is not said when you should do it, how you should do it. You see, sometimes people do it online, people read it sometimes even in places like in Karnataka there is a place called Nandgad where people enact the whole way of the cross climbing the mountain. Here and there are stations, youth do the enactment, they even do a mock crucifixion and all that. So that is why people love it, because they can be more involved. The second point is Where is my cursor? Okay. Popular religiosity is not governed by a book or code of rules. Okay. When you go to Velankani and sit in front of Mother Mary, nobody tells you how long you have to pray, which prayer you have to pray. It's your freestyle. You choose how you want to. This has no sacred scripture. I said you while tonsuring your head, you need not to do it in a particular style or read anything. You just bend your head in devotion to God and shave it. So there is no style which the gospel says. Okay, it has no centralized organization. Why people like is they are not, there is no controlling body for them. If you want to go pilgrimage with your family, nobody has a restriction unless there are COVID restrictions. You go there, whatever time you want to spend, wherever you want to stay, however you want to do in a fitting manner. It's all allowed. That's why people love it because there is no controlled procedure. It has no power to punish or discipline the errand. For example, Urulu Seve, do you understand what is Urulu Seve? Rolling on the ground. Have you seen this in movies at least? People roll on the ground. They take bath in the river and then roll on the ground. Have you seen it or heard about it? Anybody? Anybody? Riona, Jessia? Have you seen that practice? People rolling on the ground of the temple or something? Okay, that is also another style or a way of expressing faith where you do it in your own way. If you roll a 20, 200, 300 rolls also, nobody will ask you. Okay, there is no pakka. If you don't do 20, God will punish you or the parish priest. No. But if you are missed to fulfill the obligations of the church, priest can ask you. Okay. For example, in your zone, in your area, if there is a rosary, you should go. If you don't go, the parish priest can ask you. Whereas if you don't do here, God is not going to ask you. You remain with conscious accountable to God. The next one, it does not necessarily have official clergy or trained liturgist. When you conduct your zonal prayers, BCC or SCC, small Christian community prayers, there is nobody who will tell you do it this way. It is your group. You decide and you go the way. It's more local or regional phenomena. I just said it. See, Acharipakam is a place, if you know, it's in Tamil Nadu, where on a full moon day, special worship is held of Mother Mary and there is a big celebration. Also, St. Louis celebration of the saint. The scale in which you celebrate the feast of St. Louis is not the scale that is celebrated in other churches. So, it is local or regional. Like maybe there is procession in the evening, there is food arranged. That is your way, your local style. Has very close affinity to people needs culture. You only spelled it right. People go to Velankani, people go to Jerusalem, people go to Lourdes, Fatima when there is a greater need. So people feel more close to go there and express their needs. It permits emotive expressions and not overly stressed on intellectual ideas or theorization. I said you the example of a learned lady and another illiterate lady. You just can't help out. Okay, you just can't help why this illiterate lady has faith in God. We literally don't know it. That's why if you consider popular religiosity or popular religiosity practices, you can't just always try to reason out or think logically. It's faith and pure faith of people. I'll tell you at the end of the lesson what do you learn from this lesson. Okay, popular religiosity and human emancipation. So the basic idea is human beings right from birth we want to be free. I'll ask you, tell yes or no. When you are born, you think, don't you feel we are always controlled by our parents at least till 9th and 10th, up to 10th standard? Don't you think you are all controlled by your parents? Yes or no? Do you think you are all controlled by your parents in one or the other way? Yes or no?
Yes,
Hello, class?
brother.
Yeah. Yeah, in one or the other way. Not that they are really controlling, but sometimes when you want to go for a birthday party at 12 o'clock in the next lane, they say, no, you can't go. You are a girl child. It's dangerous. Or you want to go for a tour for 5 days and your parents say, no, you are not healthy. don't take this trip. So somehow, right from our birth, we want to be free. You know, the child, a baby child, if you have seen, despite the restrictions, it wants to go and put its hand in the fire. It wants to get into the water. So human nature is to be free. That's why people like popular religiosity than the official religiosity, because mass you have to come on time, you have to sit, stand, kneel, walk in the procession, follow the steps. Whereas popular religiosity, you are free, you do it the way you love, you go to the saint you love. You love Mother Mary, you go to Mother Mary. You have immense faith in Saint Anthony, you go to Saint Anthony's shrine. Nobody is forcing you, nobody is blocking you. That is why popular religiosity is a kind which gives you a lot of autonomy or freedom or kind of emancipation. Okay. Michael Amaldas is a priest, Indian theologian. He says the experience or expression of the poor and the powerless as compared to what is controlled by those in power, whether this power is a political or religious. You understand this? Because when you come to the church, there is bishop or priest who is celebrating the mass. And he is the boss. He is the boss in the sense he is the leader of the worship. He guides or animates the whole mass. Therefore, it is controlled, it is regulated. Whereas popular religiosity is something people do it in their free style. However, it's approved by church. Now, these are some of the other things which you can say advantages or what why people like popular religiosity. One is because it creates, you know, collective and individual identity. You, as a parish, you go for a pilgrimage, you feel it more, you know, bringing unity. Again, strengthening the community by pilgrimage. This is a points taken from a research paper by Father Lawrence, who is a professor, a priest, Jesuit priest at Satyanilayam, teaching the seminarians. So from his research paper I have taken. See, this popular religiosity promotes leadership. The village leader takes up the responsibility of the village feast. Therefore, it promotes leadership. Purifying of oneself and one's surrounding. If you see in the holy places, they go and take a dip in the river so that they purify. Also, house or farm or field, they sprinkle holy water and they purify it. Sometimes even in your parish, you have community meals. That is another way which people come together. Serving as a source of power, you have the power to do the way you like it. Okay. Reducing the sway of caste discrimination. This is taken from an excerpt. That is, one parish priest brought different castes of the same village to worship Mother Mary at a grotto. That is how he could take away the caste discrimination. Then protecting from malevolent forces. You must have seen people before sowing the plants in the field, they have a special puja or a prayer so that it is protected from harmful forces. The same thing, sacralizing means making something holy. Finally, it promotes interreligious dialogue. Can anybody say what is interreligious dialogue? What is the meaning of interreligious dialogue? Anybody? Interreligious dialogue. Can anybody tell me? Yes, Rihanna?
So it means interaction between different people of different religions.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Yes, today this is a trending subject. That's why you should know. Interreligious dialogue means, for example, today in some churches, they have a common Christmas celebration where they invite a Hindu priest, a Muslim priest, a Sikh, and a Buddhist maybe. They bring all together and all of them give a Christmas message, and food or sweets or snacks are distributed to all. Through this, we build religious harmony. You are not converting people, but it is the forum where we use to build harmony between different religions. Okay. Now, we come to the last part. What are the potential dangers? I will ask you, what are the dangers or what can be the problem if we stress too much on popular religiosity? Quickly tell me one point. Aaron, Andrew, all of you think for a while and tell me what can be the dangers if we take too much popular religiosity seriously. What can be the dangers or what can be the problems you foresee? In your own words, if it is right, it's right. Otherwise, there is no wrong. Aaron? Aaron, Andrew, what do you think?
And brother, can I say?
Yeah, speak on it.
Superstitions could be formed and people could feel obligated to do these particular practices, even though it's not completely necessary.
Yeah, yeah, good, good, Riona. Yeah, that's why people feel compelled to take a pilgrimage or tonsure their head, even women, or to do a promise, even that is not necessary. Others, quick, at least three of you, at least three of you.
Sometimes the tradition or the culture can be disturbed.
Yeah, yeah, traditions can be disturbed. You take too much of inculturation into the church, then there may be a disturbance in the church practices. Next, another two responses last. Andrea, Brina, somebody quickly tell me 2 points because we are running out of time. Josiah, one, at least last 1 point, please. Tell me 1 point, what are the dangers or what is the problem you think if you take popular religiosity seriously? Please tell me, there are only 3 minutes, children. Somebody, one answer. Nobody is going to tell me. Ah, you're all ditching me. Come on, one answer. One answer. What is the problem do you think if you take popular religiosity too seriously? Not even one person. Last one answer I'm expecting. Samara, Aaron, Andrea, Brina, Irene, Jersia I said, John, Joseph, Laurel. Laurel, can I count on you?
Brother, maybe like you deviate too much from the original faith, which is prescribed in the first place.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Laurel. That was a helping hand. Yeah, you may deviate, okay, you may lose the, you may find popular religiosity has more meaning than official religiosity, okay. That's where here it is. People may lose faith in the official religiosity. People may stop coming to Sunday Mass thinking going to Velankani is enough or lighting candles in front of a statue is more than enough. That is the danger. Then Eucharist will lose the meaning. People may start questioning the catechism of the church. They may ask why we can't, why we should have only body and blood of Jesus. We can have body and blood of Mother Mary. Some may come with that. So this is one more danger. The third one is, as somebody said, no, splitting. Today this is happening. People are getting into different sects and denomination, Pentecost, Alleluia group, Amen group. There are so many groups. They are not allowed officially, but they break from the church saying the church is too strict, church is too rigid. That is one danger. The last danger is may not participate in the church activities, leading to disharmony in the local community or the church. They may say, I will not come to the church because from church, from the mass, I didn't get any healing. But when I went to Besant Nagar Mother Mary, there I felt. So I will not come to the church. I will not participate in anything. I will not send my children for catechism. So this is the danger. These are some of the dangers. The rest of the dangers, you have understood the topic clearly. Okay. Now, popular religiosity. Do you know Saint Monica? She was the mother of Saint Augustine. And Saint Augustine in his book writes, his mother used to take bread. Even today in some of the villages, they keep food for the dead souls. Okay, they keep food for the dead souls. And you see the last paragraph here. Constantine, when king made Christianity as an official religion, he also allowed to make the replica of eye, feet, hands of wood or gold. Today they are of, I said you Velankani people know, when they are healed of fracture, they keep they offer one metallic replica. That is what it is, which means to say, historically also it was practiced. Today it has become more streamlined. The last slide is this. Pope Benedict XVI, when he was addressing 2008 seminarians, he said popular religiosity is equally important. You should not say somebody who is praying, this is not the style, you have to come only to the church. Allow people to practice the faith in their own way. So children, what do you learn from this lesson? Are some lessons I have kept already. I am 11:1. Give me 2 last minutes. If something helps to revere God and feel close, practice it. I said you, for example, if you think closing your door and kneeling down on your bed helps you to pray better, do it. Don't worry. You need not come to the front of altar only. You need not have a statue always. If you have a simple card of Jesus, Good Shepherd, you pray in front of that. That is good enough than forcing you to pray for 20 minutes. Do not overlook or hurt the religious sentiments of others. I said you illiterate woman may believe that if you pray more, God may give a child. Encourage that. Tell her to pray as well, live with her husband. Okay? You should not say, what lady you are, you don't know science, that will not happen. God will not give a child from heaven. Don't hurt people. Be wise enough to know what is superstition and what is unshakable faith. To explain this, let me tell you, and most of you know, I believe, the tomato is not a vegetable, it is a fruit. And knowing that is a pure knowledge, scientific knowledge. But just because tomato is a fruit, we should not add it into the fruit salad. And that is called wisdom, which means you know what is popular religiosity, and if it helps, do it. But don't deviate from the main faith or the teachings of the church. Lastly, I request you, pray every day in silence, or what we call meditation. At least take 2 minutes in your whole day to speak to Jesus. Tell him what did you undergo today, what were your experiences, and I tell you, practice it for 21 days, then it becomes an habit. It becomes a practice in your life, and then you will enjoy the friendship of Jesus. Tomorrow, even when you have children and grandchildren, you will be able to tell them who is Jesus to you. The memory verse that is from the gospel today, Jesus asked Peter, who do you say that I am? Tomorrow, in public, when your friends ask, who is Jesus to you? Don't say he is the God, he is the Son of Father. What experiences you have with God, you should be able to tell. With this, we end the topic or class today. Thank you very much.